Alright, welcome back to Fight Night Rewind. This is Cypherbox, and I just want to do a quick video, a quick review of Sergey Kovalev versus Eleider Alvarez. Now, when it came to this fight, first of all, it was great. The fight was made, obviously. When it comes to Sergey Kovalev, one thing I've always said about Sergey Kovalev since his losses to Andre Ward is that I wanted to know whether the old Sergey Kovalev was still there. You know, he didn't take his defeats to Andre Ward very well from a psychological and emotional point of view. And, you know, he had his tune-up fight against Bransky, which I thought was a fight that was tailor-made for him. They threw in, you know, the WBO belt. It made it a vacant title belt fight as well. And then he fought that other guy, Mikhailkin, whatever his name was. And I wasn't overly impressed with Sergey Kovalev in those fights. And I said the only way we're going to find out whether Sergey Kovalev is still the same crusher that he used to call himself was when he steps into the ring with one of the other champions or a top contender. And I have to admit, I felt Sergey Kovalev did actually pretty well in the fight in the first 6 rounds. I definitely think rounds 3, 4 and 6 he won those rounds. I felt he boxed like he always boxed long, boxed ready. That Eastern European style was definitely there, that he uses, and you know, he racked up the points, and I felt he was probably he was winning it on the scorecards. But then, wow, Eleider Alvarez in the 7th round, like in the last minute and a half, just absolutely destroyed Sergey Kovalev. You know, he knocked him down a total of 3 times, and then the fight was stopped by the referee. The first knockdown came from a straight right, which knocked Kovalev right on his backside. And you could tell when he got up, he wasn't there anymore. You know, he was off. He was out on his feet, literally. The referee gave him an opportunity to carry on. You know, and then the second knockdown, which was from a left hook, if I remember right. Again, he was knocked down. He got back up. He looked worse. He looked even worse. He definitely wasn't even there when the referee was. And this referee that was refereeing the fight is quite well known for allowing fighters opportunities, you know, to continue in the fight even after they've been knocked down, even if they look a little bit shaky on their legs. And even when the referee asked him, you know, you're right, you're good to continue, etc. and stuff like that, you know, Sergey Kovalev took his time kind of answering the referee. And at that moment I said, ref, you need to stop the fight. He is gone. You know, he's completely gone. But at the same time, when you think about it, with all the complaints he made, Sergey Kovalev made, you know, in his first fight and in the second fight against Andre Ward, you could probably understand why a referee would probably allow it to continue, because the last thing the referee wants to hear is, oh, you didn't give me enough chances. The referee, you know, any excuses to come out saying that it was the referee didn't allow me to continue or give me an opportunity. And then the third knockdown was a short right hook. It was a really nothing punch, but it was enough to knock Sergey Kovalev down again, and the referee just stopped it there and then. You know, credit to Eleider Alvarez. You know, I felt he was losing on the scorecards. Personally, I didn't do a scorecard for this fight. I didn't watch the fight live. I had to search it out on the internet because they weren't showing it here in the UK. But wow, you know, the question is now though, how does Sergey Kovalev react? You know, in his last 5 fights, he's had 3 losses. That's 2 to Andre Ward. He's had a win against Bransky, beat that Mikhailkin character, whatever his name was. He's now lost to Eleider Alvarez. You know, his 3 losses have come against, you know, either against top contenders or a champion. You know, and his wins have come against below par opposition. And you've got to ask the question, is Sergey Kovalev still there? Is he still that same crusher that he was before Andre Ward? And, you know, even though he showed signs of that, you know, in this fight, you know, it's how he responds to the losses that I want to know, is the question I want to know. You know, the answer to the question that I want to see, you know, which is whether he's still got it or not, or, you know, will we see Sergey Kovalev again? I don't know. You know, I really don't know. But definitely needs to go back to the drawing board. You know, he's got this arrogance about him. You know, he got rid of John David Jackson. You know, blamed John David Jackson for his losses against Andre Ward. Got rid of him, which I think was a mistake personally. He's brought in his own team from Russia. But from what I understand, it's very much, you know, he's one of those fighters who, even Abel Sanchez, who trained him originally, you know, when he first came out to America, said the one thing about Sergey Kovalev is that he doesn't listen. And you need to listen to your trainer. You know, that's what they're there for. And I honestly believe he needs to find a trainer, and he actually needs to drop the stubbornness, drop the arrogance, and perhaps potentially pick a trainer that's going to help him improve and get him back on track. But look, shout out to Eleider Alvarez. You know, that's boxing for you. You know, one punch can change it all. And, you know, Eleider Alvarez, you know, congratulations to him. He's now the new WBO light heavyweight champion. But like I said, there's questions to be asked, to be answered when it comes to Sergey Kovalev, in my opinion. And, you know, but hey, man, it was a really good fight. I enjoyed it, and I'm not going to lie, it was definitely an enjoyable fight. And you know, the 7th round, phew, you know, that was great. Look, let me know what you thought of the fight. Give me your opinion. What do you think about Sergey Kovalev? Where does he go now? I'm interested to know. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.